So I am now gonna review Martin's game. I will admit I don't know much about supporting, but we're basically just gonna be looking at your positioning, just to make sure you're standing in the right places. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so generally as Mercy or as any support really, you want to stay in the back, like all the way in the back. So um, this is just kind of nitpicky, but I probably wouldn't be standing here out in the open, like here in the middle. I'd probably be standing behind the left wall, because you can heal from a pretty long distance. So I think it's not very efficient for you to just be here in the middle. You're not like a Lucio or an Ana who needs to be looking at your tanks or anything like that. Ryan needs healing, yeah. So Ryan dying, I mean, you could have healed him, but I don't think the healing would have made much of a difference. So I think one of the things you definitely have to work on is not going for that risky of reses. So like here, the Hanzo has his rapid fire going, so this Ryan's probably gonna die. But since this res here, the team's like right next to this Ryan, right? They just killed him, and there's a Hanzo here. If you go for this res and you didn't get bubble from Zarya, you probably would just get headshot by the Hanzo. So I usually only go for reses if I know I can get them without dying. So I think these high risk reses aren't really that valuable, especially since as a healer you're like the most valuable piece of your team. So I think this is fine. Again, I would just be standing behind one of these walls. No reason to be out here in the open. Yeah, you definitely want to prioritize healing when some of your teammates are low. And again, that's why I say stand in the back, so you can look at the entire team and not be caught off guard by anybody that's low health. I think this is fine. Probably want to run away from this Reaper though. I think this res is fine. You're behind a wall. Most of the team is dead. Mm. So like here, where everybody's full HP, you probably want to go to one of the DPS, probably Hanzo with his team comp, and just damage boost him. So when you have like no one to heal, you should just be damage boosting somebody. Probably not the tanks. Probably one of the DPS, and preferably something that's like flying like an Echo or a Pharah, but Hanzo here is fine. That's not really your fault. You kind of had to go with the tanks. Yeah, see, I like this where you're standing behind a wall or behind the shield. I think that's fine. That's better. You see the Roadhog. This is fine. So again, here once he's full HP, damage boost. This res is good. Uh, Unlucky, I guess. I still think that going for that res is fine. So here you see your tanks are basically full HP. You should be damage boosting Zarya here probably. You don't want to be healing someone that's full HP because you're just wasting time. And you're wasting ult charge for them and for you. So that could be a really big problem. This res is fine. You were kind of low HP, but I think it's fine. Nothing much going on. Again, you should be damage boosting people whenever he's full HP. And again, you should probably be in the back because you don't want something like this with this Hanzo, where he's in front of you. You can't see that that he needs healing. It kind of avoids that problem. You're spending a lot of time healing people that are full HP, and it's really costing your team a lot because you're losing out on a lot of damage. Going into this little room on the right, in the middle here, in here, where there's this wall this like circular wall, and this wall over here, it protects you a lot because even if they come around to the right side, you can just get out here, and they can't push you this way because your team is here. It's a way to play safer, make sure you don't die. And it also makes sure, yeah, you don't get like randomly pinned by a Reinhardt like that. Yeah, damage was here. I think it should be on Hanzo, but it's fine. Yeah, this is all fine. Maybe you might even want to go onto like the little platform in the middle, but it didn't matter anyway. So okay, so make sure you're standing near the back. Again, preferably here, especially at the start of a fight where everybody's full HP. You should probably be with a DPS damage boosting them. This is fine, but I think you're a little too close. Should be playing around the wall. This is a nice, good safe res. I think this is good. This is fine. Your Mora needed healing. I don't know if you noticed. Yeah, your Ryan going in like this without the rest of your team. There's not really a whole lot you can do about that. You kind of just have to be okay with letting him die. Yeah, your tanks had died, so there wasn't much you guys could do to defend against that. That's fine though. You have Valk for next fight. So again, here where everybody's spawning and everybody's full HP, just damage boost the Hanzo. Just break these shields and stuff. So here you're doing yeah, you should have definitely damage boosted the Hanzo when you were up there. Yeah, everybody's gonna get knocked off by the Winston. Yeah, it's kind of unlucky. Nothing you can do there really. Just try not to die, get out. Yeah, this is good. See, this is the only time I've seen you this game damage boost DPS. And you can see it's already working out. He's just killing stuff. So here, in order to get away from this Winston, you either want to get away completely or you want to make it really hard for him to get away, right? So here when he jumps on you from the right side, you either have the option of A, flying to Zarya, or you could actually drop into this middle thing, get the health pack, and then fly back up when he jumps in to get you. Alternatively, I think there's a Hanzo back here, back right, or is it Mora? I think Mora was back here. You could jump to her, but I don't think she could out heal. If she doesn't throw a healing orb, so I think the best option would be definitely falling in here, making the Winston go after you, getting the health back, and then jumping out, making someone come get you. Because now you're probably just gonna die to this Winston. Yeah. Like the Winston dies for it, but since you're a healer, you're just more valuable than he is. Looks like your team won the fight though, so it's fine. Again, you're healing a lot of full HP targets. Like even here, if you don't have anybody like a DPS to hook up to, you should definitely be on the Zarya, so that she can poke. But you definitely want to prioritize DPS like your Hanzo here. Just damage boost him. You're not using your damage boost nearly as much as you should be as Mercy. Good job. You see the Reaper coming for you. Again, you're healing a full HP target. So like, there's like 3 people dying in front of you, and you decide to stay on the Hanzo. Let me go ahead and go back. So here, the Zarya is dying, which I'm not really sure you can save the Zarya at this point. She's kind of in a little too deep. Um, and I think she dies for it. Um, so she dies. You can see that these two are fairly healthy. Like I would definitely wouldn't be hard healing either of these, so I'd just be focusing on damage boosting Hanzo. And then here you can see that your Rein drops pretty low. Again, if your Rein doesn't back up for healing, or if your team is not in there with him, there's not a whole lot you can do because your range on your healing is pretty short. But there's definitely no reason for you to be healing a full HP Hanzo. And again, I don't like that res. It's just a little too risky. Yeah. Let's see here. It seems this fight couldn't get there. It's fine. Not your fault. So again, here in the beginning of the fight, just look for a DPS you can grapple onto. So like here, I would not follow the Rein. So like the Rein makes a mistake by going in this deep, right? He goes over to like where the team could be crossing from this side, even though they cross to this side. If the team is here and you go after him, you and the Rein are both dead. So I think it's just a lot safer to either hook up to Mei here or Hanzo, preferably Hanzo, just because his damage output is higher. But this is like super risky. This isn't what you really want to be doing. Now you can see that your team died. Yeah, it's just really bad positioning. You really shouldn't be that far forward as Mercy. You should be just trying to stick to a DPS and then heal your tanks when they come to you. Yeah, healing more here. So again, everybody's full HP. I would definitely be prioritizing damage boost here on the Reaper. Yeah, this is fine. But again, you're just healing so many full HP targets. Like damage boost something, you know, because you're really everything's dying by the time you do heal them, because the other team has just such high damage. But you're not helping your team output as much damage as they are because you don't have damage boost. Playing back here is fine. Again, try play behind the wall, like this right wall here, like where the bush is. You just sit back there. Yeah, Winston's on you guys. You're too far forward. Yeah, he's just gonna kill you. Yep. Yeah, even if like Winston jumps into your team like that, you have to either make it super hard for him to kill you. He has to basically trade his life for you, or at least a good chunk of your health, if he wants to do that. But you're kind of just standing there making it really super easy for him. Again, healing pretty much full HP targets. So there, I think, because the Winston jumps in, yeah, you took a lot of damage. That's why I'm saying like you probably don't want to cross to where the other team can shoot you. You probably just want to stay behind a wall, let your tanks go forward first, and then cross to the gap. All right, so biggest takeaways. You need to stop healing full HP targets. Yes. When everybody's full HP or most of your team is full HP, you should be damage boosting a DPS. And if both DPS are dead, prioritize something like a Zarya, a Roadhog, even a Reinhardt works, I guess. Positioning wise, you want to be staying in the back, and then make sure you're playing around walls so that you don't get hooked or anything like that.